Lecture 5, Filtering Results with Where. Now that you have written your first select query, it's time to get more specific. In most real-world situations, you won't want to pull every record from a table. You will want to focus on only the rows that meet certain conditions. That's where the where clause comes in. It lets you filter your results so that you only see the data that actually matters to you. In this lecture, you will learn how to use the where clause to filter records in an SQL query. We'll cover how to compare values, use logical operators like and or, and apply different conditions to narrow down your results. This skill is essential for searching, analyzing, and understanding your data with precision. Objectives of the lecture. By the end of this lecture, you will be able to understand the purpose and syntax of where clause in SQL, learn how to apply basic comparison operators to filter data, use logical operators to combine multiple conditions, practice writing more refined and meaningful SQL queries. Why use where? The where clause helps you control what you see in your result set. Without it, every row in the table will be returned, which is not very helpful when you have hundreds or thousands of records. Let's start with a basic example. For example, you have a table in here named student, and you just want to extract the data meeting certain conditions. And you write a query in here as select asterisk from student where you can have multiple conditions like using major subject column, age column, name column, and ID column as well. So let's assume I just write a query in here as where ID is greater than 5. We'll write in single quotes and in here, and here you can see when you just click on this run statement and you have the data where ID is greater than 5, like it is starting from 6 and ending at 11, as we have 11 records in here right now. So this is how where clause works in SQL. This specific statement tells SQL to return only the students who have ID greater than 5. Comparison operators. SQL supports a variety of operators for filtering. Here are the most common. This is for equal to, and this is for not equal to, and you can use this one as well for not equal to. And we have greater than for this, less than for this one, and we have less than or equal to and greater than or equal to. So you can apply any of these operators in an SQL query. Let's look at a few examples. For example, you just want to retrieve a data using these operators, and you can just write in here as select asterisk from table name as student, and you can just write a where clause where ID is greater than or equal to 3 and semicolon, and run the statement. Here you can see we have this operator. When it meets the requirement of this statement, it just gives you the output as we have ID greater than or equal to 3, as we have in the table. You can be more specific as well. For example, you just want a specific record, and you just write in here as ID is equal to 3. And now it retrieves the data with the specific ID 3, and it neglects all the records and just shows you the result where ID is equal to 3. These queries filter by exact value or range. Combining conditions and or. You can also apply multiple filters in one query. And means both conditions must be true. Or means at least one condition must be true. When you want to apply these operators and as and or, you can just write a statement here as select asterisk from student where ID is greater than or equal to 3 in single quotes and age is less than 30. So you just want to retrieve the data that ID must be greater than or equal to 3. So it will start from 3 and age must be less than 30, not less than or equal to. So when you just run this statement and it gives you the record where ID is greater than or equal to 3 and age is less than 30. For example, I just want to retrieve a data in here as less than 20, and run the statement. So we have only one record which meets this requirement, as id is greater than or equal to 3 and age is less than 20. Or if you just write in here as 25, and we have this output as we have different IDs, as this meets the requirement as age must be less than 25. So this is how you can combine two operators, as this one and this one, as well as this one greater than or equal to and less than as well. You can also combine these with parentheses for clarity. For example, if you want to run a statement in here as where age is greater than 19 or major subject is equal to history. So you just want to retrieve a data, you can just close the parentheses in here, and here you can see in this query we have two different conditions, as age should be greater than 19 or major subject should be history. Like if any of this statement is true, then we will get the data. So when you just run this query by clicking in here, you can see we have all the students whose age is greater than 19 or has history as well. But if you just change this or with and you just click in here, so you get the record where age is greater than 19 and the history is a major subject. So you have two musts in this query as well. The not operator. Not flips the condition. For example, you can write a query in here as where, you can just erase this, and you can just write not major subject equals arts, and run the statement. When you just run this query, this major subject is not arts, and it gives all the other subjects like science and history as well. So this is how you can use this not operator in SQL. Common mistakes to avoid. Be careful with spacing and quotation marks around string values. Always check that column names exist and are spelled correctly. Don't forget to use parentheses when mixing and or to avoid confusion. A misplaced condition can give you completely different results, so always test your queries step by step.